Alright, so this video I'm just going to kind of give you some hints and tips on how to make your passenger section when you're working in Inventor, because this is the most important part. Now I'm going to go ahead and make it. I'm not going to use the exact dimensions because you guys are supposed to get those for yourself, but I'm just going to kind of go through the process. Okay, so we're going to create this. Now, just like everything else, when you're looking at a shape, you need to figure out what is going to be the easiest way to get it where you have to do the least amount of modifications. Okay, so the thing that you should always look at is your front view here. Okay, so really all I have here is I have a rectangle. Okay, and then I can put the fillets here, right? And then all I'm going to have to do is extrude it back. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So make sure first of all that your project is reverse engineering. We're going to do a new part. It might take a second. Well, let's look it up. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're going to do Start 2D Sketch. We're going to go ahead and start on the front. Okay, then I'm going to do a rectangle. Okay, and then let's see what we got here. I'm going to do this dimension. I'm just going to do it at 2. I'm going to do this one at 0.6. Again, yours might be different, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, actually I'm going to make this bigger. I'm going to do 0.7. Is I'm going to go ahead and do my fillets first. You can do it after the fact, but I like to do them in a 2D sketch first. So I'm going to do a fillet. Let's see, I'm going to do 0.2. And again, yours might be different. Okay, so real quick, let's look at my picture. All right, so this right here is just the sketch of this. So I'm going to hit Finish Sketch, and I'm going to extrude it. So I'm going to extrude, and we're going to go, let's just do 2 inches again. Okay, so let's look at it. All right, looks about the same. Mine dimensions aren't exact. It should probably be a little bit taller. All right, so then on this top part, we're going to put our passenger section, this square part. Let's look. So we're going to put this right here. So we're going to do New Sketch. We're going to put a rectangle. Okay, so a couple things. First of all, you know that it's got to be centered on to this edge to this edge. So to do that, remember we do this constraint, the vertical constraint, right? So I go till it hits the midpoint there, and then I find it on the side where that yellow pops up. Right, so now it's constrained to be in the center. So this distance from here to here is going to be the same as the distance from here to here. Now when you did your measurements, you can't do it this other way because it's not the same distance from here to here as it is from here to here. It's a little bit different. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and do my fillet also. Well, let's do 0.1. Okay. And again, yours might be different, so don't use my dimensions. You see how it adjusted, right? Okay, so we're going to finish, and then I'm going to extrude, right? And then we are going to, you guys should have a depth, like we're not going all the way through. You should have a depth. Let's just do it right there. Okay, so let's look at this. All right, looks pretty good, although, again, my dimensions are not the same. All right, so in here, we know we've got to have the opening for this part. All right, so we have this opening. So we're going to do New Sketch. Again, we're going to do rectangle. Okay, now this is definitely lined up in the center. So that center point to that center point. Okay, and then also this way. So from there to there. So the rectangle is directly in the center. So when I change, like here, this height to 0.3, see how it changes the whole thing? Okay, and then I'm going to do my fillets again. And I'm going to use the same fillets as I did on the top. So 0.1. See how it's moving the rectangle around because it's just keeping that constraint intact. Finish sketch. And then I'm going to extrude. I'm going to go in. Right, we're not going all the way through. I'm just going to go in a certain amount and hit OK. All right, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. But then let me show you. Once you get all that done, then we're going to go ahead and highlight this. And I like to change it right away. There's wood on here. Let's see, let's find one. So you can do like red oak. Let's just do that one. Alright, so obviously it's darker than what ours looks like, but it can kind of help you. Alright, the one thing we didn't do is the this part right here on the side. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So let's do new sketch over here. Okay, so you should have measures. So wherever that goes, what I would do is I would get a rectangle and I would start here on the edge, right? And then make it however big it is. I'm not sure what it is. You guys have to check it out. Okay, so you can dimension it, right, from here to here, whatever you might happen to be 0.2, because remember I put it on top of the fillet. And then let's say we want to figure out what this is. All right, we'll just say that that's correct. And we'll say that this is correct. All right, so you're going to finish sketch. And then we're going to extrude. Highlight it, do extrude. Hit that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut. So I'm just take this and I cut all the way around. Hit OK. All right, now I'm going to show you guys a trick. Now obviously that's not correct, but I'm going to show you guys a trick. Okay. So we're going to do something. You can do project geometry, but I'm going to show you guys how to do something on the same side that you did on this side. So you're going to do plane. You're going to say mid-plane between two planes. So we're going to get a plane in the center. So you're going to click mid-plane between two planes. You're going to click this plane. You're going to click this plane. Okay, you see how it puts this plane right here in the middle? That's the midpoint, right? Because it's a rectangle for all intents and purposes. All right, so now we're going to do a mirror pattern. Okay, we're going to do features. So we're going to mirror this feature. Get to it. That feature right there. Then we're going to do mirror plane. It's going to be on this plane. Now if you look over here on the other side, it mirrored it on the other side. So if I hit OK, let's go to the home. This is in exactly the same place as that, right? So you can do project geometry and then do the extrusion, but to me, if you've already got the extrusion done, you just mirror, and then now you go and turn this plane off. So you right click and you hit, oh, not that, the plane. We're going to turn off visibility. Okay? All right, so that's just a little bit of advice on how to start off with your passenger base. Remember, this right here is the basis for the rest of your car. So when you're making your other pieces, they need to have the same lengths, right, and the same height, especially when you're doing the body pieces. All right, thanks, guys.